Hi everyone, welcome to the online Math 107 Math and Society course. This video is just designed to give you a brief orientation of what the Canvas course is going to look like. So once you click into the course, this is the landing page that you should see. I'm in student view, so you won't see all the extra bells and whistles that an instructor would have. The links that you're going to be provided on the left-hand side are pretty much the only ones that you're going to need. So right now we're on the home page where you're going to see some announcements from myself, just welcoming you. And then as the quarter progresses, if I need to make any other announcements, I'll share them in this tab. You'll also have access to a syllabus, which again is just going to outline the expectations of the course both for you and for myself. And then we also will have a module section, which is where the heart of your course, the work and the projects are going to reside. You have your grade book over here, and then if you need it, e-tutoring is available through this link. I also want to call your attention to the right-hand side. Notice that we do have a to-do list that's laid out, and it does tell you where the first few exercises are going to be and when they are due, and how many points they're worth. So the next thing that I want to take us into is the syllabus. So if we click into here, the syllabus is a little bit more interactive. So when you come in here, the syllabus is actually quite long, and that's one of the reasons for making it a little bit more interactive. So you have some quick links here if you just want to read certain sections, or if you need to reference anything later on in the quarter. Maybe you're kind of like, oh, I forgot about the grading, so I might go into the grading section and I can see here's my grading scale. And again, this is pretty long, so what you want to note here is that you will also have these links that say back to the top. So I do want you to be aware that this is available to you. I would take the time to go through each of the sections to make sure everything is okay. And again, if you do have questions, we do have a general questions forum in the module section. The other thing that I want to call out here is at the very bottom, you again will see a list of the due dates and projects and whatnot that you will be expected to do along with their due dates. Most of those due dates, or actually all of them, should be due at 11:59 p.m. So let's go ahead and progress over to modules. And hopefully you are reading this, or you are watching this video while you're reading the screen, right? So I'm okay either way. You do have a week 0 section, so hopefully you've had some time to start to look at this. And again, you're going to want to go through and look through the video for your instructor. You do want to actually go into these other pages where you're kind of seeing these little circles here. You do want to make sure that you have to view that page before you can go into the actual content. And again, here is our general discussions forum. If you do have any general questions, before posting anything to that, I would highly recommend that you read through the Netiquette page, which again talks about appropriate ways of communicating online. You can especially imagine that this can be challenging, especially since we no longer have the ability to hear someone's tone when we are reading through something. So essentially, when you are sharing a question or posting a comment, just make sure that it sounds basically nice, or it doesn't sound like it's condescending or rude or aggressive. You do want to note that we do have our technology requirements, Canvas training and tech support if you do have additional questions. And then at the very bottom, you have an introduce yourself forum page here that needs to be completed by June 30th. So you do have some other resources here. So the next section in the module is going to be a due date calendar and online office hours with Zoom. So I don't have official office hours or student service hours this quarter. So if questions do come up, please feel free to email me. I encourage you to do that, and then we can set up a time that we could have a Zoom meeting, and that can be one-on-one, or if you are working with someone else in the class and you all want to kind of do a group session, I'm more than happy to create that invite and open it up for multiple people to join in. The other document that you're seeing here, you might find this helpful. So this is our planning calendar. And I figured that I would share this with you just in case you wanted to have access to something that's already in writing. So I've put in basically the general due dates when you should start reading the next section, homeworks and quizzes, and the like. So from here, you will also have a research project that you will need to complete during this quarter, and it is broken down into three parts. One, you will need to pick a topic by July 8th. Then you will have to prepare a 4 to 6 page research paper with appropriate citation, because again, we want to avoid any form of plagiarism or even the risk of it, which will be uploaded into Google Drive and you will share with your classmates. From there, you will be placed in a group totaling out to 4 students, and then you will read through each other's papers and then create some sense of dialogue between them. So not just good job or, oh, I really thought that was interesting. Definitely come up with some higher level, more critical thinking, reflective questions, both for you to create and for the author of the paper to respond to. So you will also have 6 different units. So the first unit will be open for you already. I'm trying to make sure that things are open up a week in advance, just in case you want to get a leg up on this material, or if you need that extra time because maybe you already have a lot on your plate this summer. So what we want to note here is that we do have a forum where you can ask specific graph theory questions from that unit. I want you to basically place any questions on the material in these forums. Basically, I don't want you to just have a conversation with me through email. Posting it to the forum opens up a wealth of opportunities for other people in the class to showcase their understanding or to basically create those meaningful connections, because when you are kind of placed in that position of teacher, instructor, or tutor, you're going to start fostering and forging these deeper connections with the material, and plus it helps you, it helps out everyone in terms of either learning it from a new perspective or anything along those lines. So your required reading is here, and again, you could either purchase the book if you would like a physical copy. There, it is linked in the syllabus, or you can read it just online if you are comfortable with that. Reading it online does make the book free. All right, so from here, just for the first couple modules, I'm providing you some guided notes. So these are just Word documents with basically fill-in-the-blank type layouts for questions. You do not need to use this, hence the reason why I do have the word optional in those parentheses. But if you feel like you need some practice with creating organized notes, this might be a good reference for you. If you're already a rock star with taking notes and keeping your thoughts and material organized, then you can just skip this file. I would encourage you to watch through these graph theory videos. These kind of come with the online textbook. From here, your exercises and your skills quizzes are linked in here already, so you don't have to go to like a separate learning management system. Simply go ahead and click in, and here you will see just a little blurb from me, and then you will go ahead and click Start, and this is going to contain all of your questions. You can drop down, and then you can kind of toggle between all of the questions. Just so you are aware, with regards to these questions, you get 3 attempts on each question, and if for whatever reason you're like, oh shoot, like now I understand it and I really want those points, you will have the option to click a button that will say try a similar question, and it essentially resets the question, which allows you to basically get 100% on your homeworks each time. So one other note for you, if for whatever reason life gets hectic and you realize that you missed one of the homework assignments, if you reach out to me, I'm more than happy to grant you an extension on homework assignments. This is different for skill quizzes. Those must be completed by the due date, which we see listed below. The other thing to note, when you go into a skills quiz, you will have 1 hour to complete the questions. And you will technically have a 5-minute grace period if need be. But what I also want you to be aware of is once you click start, that starts the timer for this quiz. So once you start, it's going to keep going even if you accidentally click out of the window or anything along those lines. So make sure that when you are taking these quizzes that you have that block of time already set where it's essentially a do not disturb me. I am taking my quiz. All right, so the other thing to note, you will also have some digging deeper homework questions. So these are going to be basically just more critical thinking, more creative based problems, longer term problems. These are definitely ones that you do not want to save for last minute. So definitely do not start this problem on July 10th. And as you can see, in some cases, you will actually be interacting with other students in the class. So you would need to have your initial post for this digging deeper activity done by July 7th, allowing you all a few days in order to reply to each other's posts and comment. So everything else will begin to unlock as we progress through this module. And again, we can see in the lower right corner when it will unlock. So notice that Unit 2 is going to happen from July 10th to July 16th. This is where you should be planning it. And if you need to, go back and reference that planning document that I shared with you. But I will open it up a week early just in case you are ready to move on. So we can see all of these different units. And this is essentially how you will navigate. So you do get to live inside our Canvas course. You don't have to go outside of it. I hope this video was helpful. If you do have any questions, please let me know. I am more than happy to help.